She pays taxes to Newton Falls. I'm all for regulation. There's the good, there's the bad, there's the ugly that come out of it. People are in a bad way. But a lot of them also contribute to our community, you know, the Satisfact Council, remember that. And also, I'm glad that you guys voted 100% unanimously for the police budget because all of it needs to go to the police. There's been too much in the past, borrowing from this fund to pay for that fund. We need our police. We need good fellow police officers to protect our community.
Anybody else?
John Richards, 212 Albert Street. This is not anything immediate, but it has been in the news, I think a year or so ago. There's a plan on the dams on the river to remove them. My understanding is on the East River that were included in those plans. And my question really is simple. The intake pipe that brings water into these falls, I have no idea what the depth of the water pool is with the dam there. I am sure there has to be information that will tell us what the depth of that river will be at the intake pipe when the dam is removed, if it is removed. And I think we need to look into it now, not a month before they remove the dam. I will express an opinion. I don't want them to remove the dam. I grew up in this community. I swam in that river. I've been below that dam. I used to fish over there when I was a kid. But all of that being said, my main concern is water supply to the falls. What is the depth of that river where our intake pipe is? If they remove the dam, will there be enough depth for us to remove water from that river? Thank you.
Dave Buckle, 69th Street. I got a couple questions. That's dealing with the prosecutor. What kind of grade does he get or anything? Does he any kind of evaluation? Because I do not know one person that would give him a passing grade. I thought everybody here, not one person's happy, police not happy. He doesn't do his job. You ask him, he says he doesn't have any responsibilities, everybody else's responsibilities. So who makes him accountable? And what are we going to do about that? And also, I addressed him with drugs being sold in my neighborhood. And you know what his comment was? It's not my problem, it's the police problem. I've been to the chief. He says it's not his problem either. So whose problem is it? So what are we going to do about the drugs here? My wife will walk the dog every night. You know how many druggies we see walking around town? It's not even safe to walk around town anymore. Does anybody care? This is our community. What are we going to do about it? What about the drug house that's already there? Just snuck in. They just grandfathered in, get to happen. Not going to do anything about those either. Can anybody give me answers on this stuff? And what kind of, how do we get a great report on how many felonies have been let go and how many drug charges have not been handled in calls? How do I get that information? I talk to the board, who I can talk to? Tell me who I can talk to?
He'll give it to you in his
You'd have to
his
go to the court, the clerk of courts.
When are they available? When are they available?
Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, I believe, she's there.
I mean, major concerns, nothing gets done about anything around this town anymore.
Janice Williams is her name.
And like I said, I do not know one person that has anything good to say about our prosecutor, slash bankruptcy attorney. And I've dealt with almost everybody in here and knows his issues and nobody does nothing about it. So hopefully we're going to handle it. Thank you.
250 West 9th Street. My thing is to piggyback off of what he was saying, and when Fitzler was let go, and you guys named 4, and people were making comments, oh, it's so nice to see them out on the streets, you know, by the businesses, and talking to people, and doing all that. Well, I've had an instance with Mr. Ford that very, very not helpful. Very not helpful. And the other day, there was a pipe break in somebody's yard, water pipe thing, and they came to, the police were there, or everybody was there. It was on in between 8th and 9th Street. And everybody was there, and there was a policeman there. And my neighbor went up to him, and he wouldn't even roll down his window to speak. Whoever the policeman was, he didn't know who he was. So our police are not very friendly. They're not friendly with the people. Everybody should be friendly, and they're not. So I don't know if you can do anything about that, but Mr. Ford, he wouldn't let us in the building, which we've been banished out of this building when we don't pay for. I couldn't tell you how many times, but at one time, he wouldn't let us in the building, and he came in and he sat. And he sat there, and we got in this building late for the meeting. Because he wasn't going to let us in the building. I don't get it. And whatever he's saying about the prosecutor, I don't know who it is. And thank goodness, I don't. But the police, I'm having an issue with at this point. I don't know who was there, but I've heard so many comments say, well, he won't even get out of his car. So that may have been him. I don't know. But it was in the morning, so maybe he was just coming off shift or whatever. But it's not like, this is a small town and people should, get along and know everybody. And it's getting to be more like it's not what you know, but who you know. And that's how I feel. And I'm not an expert on this town by any means, but that's how I feel from it.
Anybody else?
I've been listening to the change in the ordinance and the votes and everything. And I think therefore that first time I've seen that I've been appointed, I've run 3 police.
You guys gotta keep it down. We've had a good meeting tonight. It's just not everything goes. Every comment that somebody makes, I hear comments straight up the back. You guys can't be having discussions that are disturbing. I know it's disturbing them over here, it's disturbing me over here. Continue.
It was nice to see it was unanimous. So taking that to mean that 5 council are back in the, is anybody allowed to like that? They're back to that, or like different votes. As far as backing the police department, I back the police department. Police departments everywhere under staff, under a lot of pressure. I guess you don't know what it's like being a police officer until you're on your shoes. If they had a bad day or they've done something wrong, then they have. If they do a lot of good, they protect us. They support the police level. And I hope everyone else will too. I want to say to Mrs. Stanford, I didn't get out of context out the exact quote what we said about the property. superintendent, it owns a lot of property. And I cannot understand. I know that we have, maybe they do have them, but with the guy, when you own a property on First Street, and you can build something to solve the needs of the ladder truck, then why not do that? At one time, they were also offering the extension for that ladder truck at the trustee board. But, take it away like that, for the children, it's gotta be nice. A lot of you get involved with this children. To say, we're not only gonna expand how we treat you, we want you to get off what we do for you now. No. Thank you very much.
Anybody else? Okay, if not, closing remarks. Mr. Federoff, do you have anything?
Yes, I do. Anyone that reads the newspaper and attends council meetings, every night, and especially when Mr. Zimmerman was on council, you probably read as to where he filed lawsuits, as to where he felt that he was being discriminated against and his rights to speak were being withheld from him. I've got a clue for you. You're not the only one who has particular rights to speak. I personally am tired of every time you get up there, all you have is negative. You sat up here in this seat, and I didn't see you do a darn thing except bob your head. Did you take offense with that? Good. You asked me, what does this mean? If you were Italian or had lived outside of Newton Falls, that means you vomit. You vomit misinformation. You come up here and you tell something as simple as paying for the resource officers. Gee, that must mean they make $50,000 apiece. No, if you knew anything, if you learned anything when you were on council, that salary is a very small part of it. We pay insurance, we pay uniforms, we pay vacation, we pay a lot of other things. It's not just, gee, here's your paycheck. And you don't want people to be misled or to impose upon your right to speak? I take offense with that too. If you don't like it, tough. That's the way it is. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Bariak, do you have anything?
Just a couple little things. I might have misspoke, I know the $2,300 is what the chief told me. It might not be fixed now, I don't think it is, I misspoke. I can concur. It's the same people every week that you can't do anything right. They look down, pepper out a fly poop. And I don't care what, I can tell you, the same people every week. You know what I like? If everybody in this town thought we were doing a bad job, they'd be up here and they'd run us all down the road. It's the same few that don't. Now, I was also told tonight, where's the chief of police at? Well, let me tell you where the chief of police is. We've had trouble filling shifts. That man is taking a shift on midnight. That's why you might not be able to see him during the day. Maybe he wants to get a little bit of sleep, but there's somebody on the road. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and argue with anybody all night, and you can throw all the trash you want on me. I'm here, you're not. Why? Some of the decisions some of these people made have cost us dearly. $462,000 out of the electric department. To vote for roads that were voted a week before that, we said don't do it. Everything is skirted the law. We ought to go to the Attorney General and work our way up and see where it goes. Instead of letting this community move forward, and we're trying our best, we were left, wasn't even a scrap of paper and we're still finding out things every day. What's this, what's that? But we're trying. We have no malcontent or want to make anybody, hurt anybody. But I get tired myself of somebody always coming up here, and if I gave them a gold bullion bar, they'd say, I wanted platinum. You're not right, you're no good, you're this, you're that, you're this, that. Is that the kind of argument? Beat me with an argument, not with a character assassination. Beat me with my argument. Now, I've taken about enough of it. I just had to speak out tonight. If people are going to make an issue out of it, make an issue out of it. I want to go, let's argue, talk about it. I'll talk with you anytime, even my people that don't support me. I talk to Mrs. Eby all the time. Was she out, to try to, at least she talks with me. So I don't know what more we can do, but we're going to keep on going. We've got more industry coming. Look, I didn't take any $2,000 jet airplane rides down to D.C. I didn't have any gold meldable fixtures down there for, what do you call them, what were the lattes and legislators? I didn't have any of that. I didn't spend all the city's money. We've been put into a bad situation, and we're trying to save our police department. And this is my home, 73 years. And God's given me the chance to serve you people. I'm going to keep doing it. And if you don't want me, they've been recalling me for 6 or 7 months out there now. Recall me. I'll move down the road. I'll go down the road. If the people in this town don't want me, recall me. Don't threaten me. Don't do all this. It doesn't make... I'm not going to fight it. I will accept the will of the people, and I won't come up here every week. I'll just move aside. I'll go down the road. It gets to be funny. It gets to be really funny, I'm sorry I went off on a tangent tonight. I do agree that we should go 100%. It may put our treasurer in a little bit more, have to watch the books a little bit closer, although he's watched them. He's a genius. The way we pulled ourselves back together. Mrs. Privy has brought us, cut the budget down $250,000. I don't know, we're trying. We're trying, that's all I can say. Thank you for listening to me.
Yeah. Ms. Spencer?
No, I really don't have any words.
Mr. Granchi?
Yes, I want to address something that's been brought up to me numerous times in the last few weeks. In the military, we had a phrase that was, stay in your lane. Some of us have been acting outside of our scope of responsibility, and I want to take this time to extend a professional courtesy to my colleagues that going forward, I will take action if I have to. We need to stay in our lanes. We are a legislative body, not administrative. That's all I have.
Mrs. Stemper?
I'm just going to ditto Granchi. That's all I got.
Okay. Mrs. Pretty, do you have anything?
I'm with Tessa, no words.
Okay. The only thing I have is I believe our community wants and really needs a united body, as we look around here. And I just want to say I believe that you did well. I mean, you passed a lot of legislation, some discussion, and a nice thing about it is that I don't believe we have any yes men or puppets up here or yes women that you end up, sometimes I took a class one time on conflict resolution and how, you work together, sometimes one person doesn't agree and this person doesn't, you work for something better. And that's one end, and I heard different things about the legislation on the police levy, and I think that we even came out with something even better. And those are the things that we need to focus on, instead of he said this, she said that. That's not going to get us anywhere. Or I posted something the other day about about pointing fingers and doing this and doing that. You know, it just kind of drains you, you know, and to be honest with you, I mean, I'll kind of piggyback on what Mr. Boriak said, and when he starts rolling like that, I can tease him now because I got the microphone, he doesn't. It just kind of reminds me of Archie Bunker, doesn't he? But, and what he said, you know what, you do your very best. We live here in this community, and I think everybody here wants good for the community. It's not like people, oh, we're paying your salary and you're doing this, well, I'm really getting rich off of it, I'm ripping everybody off. No. My daughter just walked in, my daughter works here or lives here, and I want good for the community. I think everybody else does too. You know, so that's what it's all about. So I would hope that we, you know, each of us, the council here, you know, individuals here, citizens, you know, we're all in this together, and that we would look to work together instead of, you know, playing gotcha all the time or whatever. Because that's, to me, you can go on Facebook and say whatever you want about me. You could say that I'm the ugliest person in the community, but as long as I look in the mirror each morning and I say, man, I'm pretty, that's all that matters. That's all I have. I had to use that one sometime. Even Mr. Zimmerman smiled. We going into executive for anything?
Not on my end.
Okay, if not, do we have a motion to adjourn? Mr. Cranch?
Second.
Okay, and clerk wants to call for the roll.
I did.
Mrs. Stemper.
Yes.
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 Meeting adjourned.